Welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Now, I don't know about you. I love leftovers, but I get tired of eating them in the same form. So I like to change it up a little bit. So in today's video, this is what I'm going to be doing. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the term deconstruction when it comes to your food, but that's what we're going to do today. Now, I transform leftovers all the time, but I'm talking about something just a little bit different for today's video. We're going to be deconstructing these leftovers. So come on, go with me. Let's go see what we can get into in this kitchen today. This is what I'm talking about today. I have some leftover chili. And now, don't get me wrong, I love chili. I love it. But I'm tired of eating it in its original form. I don't want to eat chili over mashed potatoes. I don't want to eat it over a baked potato. I don't want a chili dog. So let's go experiment with this chili a little bit and let's see what we can do. Now we're going to start this little experiment off by getting us a pot, putting it on the stove, turning it on a medium heat, and I'm going to add my leftover chili into this pot. We need to get this heated up. Now that I've got it in here, I'm going to let that start heating up really good so we can start our deconstruction process. While my chili is heating up, I'm going to take a jalapeno and I'm going to take some onion. And I'm going to get these cut up and get them put in this pan back here. I've got a little oil in that pan. And I'm going to get this jalapeno and this onion sauteed up. Okay, I have my jalapeno and my onion just sliced up. Let's add them to our pan. Now I'm going to turn my attention back over here to my chili. It has gotten hot. And this is where the deconstruction process begins. I'm going to strain the liquid off of the meat and beans and tomatoes as best that I can. I'm going to put them in just a small bowl over here, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to start with that. See, I don't want any liquid in there if I can help it. I love this slotted spoon or whatever this thing is. It's great for doing things like this. Now, of course, we're probably still going to have some liquid in it, but it's not going to be like a chili consistency. Because we're going to use the liquid for something else. Let me finish this process, and I'll be right back with you. Now next, I'm going to take the liquid that I have left, the chili liquid, and I'm actually going to pour it in a measuring cup. I need to know how much I have, and I believe this is going to be perfect. Yes, it is. We need a half a cup of liquid. So I'm just going to pour that right back in that pot. It was a tad bit over a half a cup, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be exact for what I'm doing. So we're going to leave that on the stove. I've still got my peppers and onions sauteing back here. I've got them on about a 4 on an electric stove. I don't want them cooking too fast because I'm still in the deconstruction process of this chili. I'm still keeping my chili liquid warm over here. We're going to do something with that in just a minute. But I'm still deconstructing the body of the chili. And next up, I need to get out as much of the meat as I can. Call me crazy. Some of you probably do anyway, and that's okay. I really don't care. I enjoy doing things like this, so if nothing else, just to show you that it can be done. We're going to get out. I know we can't get all the meat out. There's still going to be some meat mixed in with the beans. I know that. But I'm going to do my best to get out all the meat that I can. So I'm thinking my best bet for that is probably a fork. Got another bowl over here that I'm going to be putting the meat in. And I'm just going to go through. And when I see, well, and the tomatoes too. The tomatoes are going to come with the meat. If I see tomatoes or meat, I'm going to take it out. If I see a bean, I'm going to leave it in. Simple as that. Now, a lot of you may not want to go through this process because it takes a little bit of time. That's fine. You don't have to. I'm the one that's going to be eating this. So I'm going to take the time and do it because I really don't want chili in chili form again today. But I'm not going to let these leftovers go to waste. So I'll be back after I get all of this deconstructed. Now let's turn our attention back over here to our chili liquid. That's what I'm going to call it. I am bringing that to a boil. And once that starts boiling, we're going to add in a half a cup of minute rice. Now when you're doing minute rice, you want the same amount of rice as you do liquid. So I have a half a cup of liquid. We're going to add a half a cup of rice. It started boiling. I'm going to dump that right in. Get that mixed around, stirred into that liquid very good. I'm going to turn that heat off, put a lid on it, and set it over here to the side. Now we're going to let that sit there for anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes till all that rice soaks up the liquid. Now I've deconstructed the body of the chili as best that I can, and I'm going to tell you up front, it's not perfect. It's not going to be because it's chili. We started with chili, so that's a tough one to deconstruct, but here we are. I have as much of the meat. Oh, I see a bean. Got to get the bean out. I have as much of the meat and the tomatoes that I could get out. So we're going to set this to the side. Now I'm going to take all these beans I've got left, and I'm sure that there's some meat, little fragments of meat in there. I can see them, but that's okay. We're going to leave them in there, and we're going to put these beans in this pot back here. We're going to turn that on about a low to medium. Now I'm going to mash these beans up as best I can and try to turn them into kind of a refried bean form. Now I've got it in as much of a refried bean form as I think it's going to get. Now let's get to rebuilding. Now I just took me a piece of foil. You can put this on a pan if you want to. Do it however you want to do it. But I've got me tostado. I have preheated my oven to 375. We're going to build our tostado. Now I think we've probably got enough of everything here to make two. We're going to start with some of our refried bean mixture. I'm just going to spread that out. Now you build yours how you want to, but I think this is how I'm going to do mine. I'm going to take some of my jalapeno and onion, and I'm going to put on top of those refried beans, just like that. And now I'm going to take my meat with my tomatoes. I'm going to put that on top of that. And next I'm going to add me a little bit of shredded cheese to the top of this. Now there's enough to do too, so I'm going to get the second one made just like this first one. Look how delicious those look. So now I'm going to pop these in a 375-degree oven until the cheese is all hot and melted and bubbly. And they should be ready to eat. In the oven they go. While my tostadas are in the oven, I'm going to check in on my rice. Oh yeah. That looks good. That looks really, really good. I'm going to put the lid back on to keep it hot. Fresh out of the oven. Let's get one of these on a plate. Doesn't that look pretty? Looks like it's going to be pretty good. I got a couple more things to do to it first. For starters, I'm going to top it with a little bit of sour cream. Can't forget about my spicy queso. And last but not least, I gotta have me a little taco sauce. Now you can top yours with whatever you want to top it with. You could add you some green onions on there. I'm not going to. You can add some pickled jalapenos, some more fresh jalapenos. You can add you some lettuce and tomato. You just do it however you want to do it. But now I'm going to add some of this rice to this plate. Okay, now I know you're out there and you're probably saying, but is it any good? I don't know. Let's see. Got it on a plate. We have the rice. We have our tostado. I don't want it to fall off the plate, so let's kind of hold it. Okay, let's give it a taste. First we'll taste the rice. Looks really good. That's good. Yeah, but what about that tostado? Okay, let's see. Let's see, it's probably still hot. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a close-up here. Don't want it to fall apart on me. Look how delicious that looks. You got your onions and jalapenos in there. Your meat with your tomatoes. Your refried beans made from the chili beans. Oh no, let's give it a taste. Where's a good spot? That's good. Ooh, it's sliding. This is really, really good. So if you've got some chili left over and you've ate it 121 times already in a row, and I know that you know I'm exaggerating, but turn it into something else. I don't know. Just get creative. Think about what you can do with that. Whether you leave it in its chili form or whether you deconstruct it like I did. It's fun to deconstruct your food and turn it into something completely different than its original form. Give it a try. Pull your leftovers out of your fridge. See what you can come up with. Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go give it a like. Leave me a comment below. Share this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one.